We'll start with the 250 class. Third place on the night, Rockstar Energy, Husqvarna Factory Racing, Zach Osborne. In second place on the Monster Energy Pro Circuit Kawasaki, Joey Savatgy. And with back-to-back wins on the Troy Lee Designs Red Bull KTM, Jordon Smith. Zach, you had the crash in practice and skipped the first round of qualifying and powered through in the heat race for the win, but in the later stages of the main event, were you feeling some of the effects from that crash?
Yeah, not so much the crash as just being sick in the week. I got like some kind of stomach virus on Wednesday, and it took a lot out of me, so it was hard to kind of get in enough calories and hydration and kind of make up for that. So it was a tough day already, and then I had a big one in the first practice. It was a super quick little twitch of the front end, and it spit me off, and banged myself up pretty good, but felt really good in the heat race, and I don't know. The main, I felt good for like 8 or 9 laps. My mechanic gave me halfway, and I felt still pretty good, and I was right there, and then with 3 or 4 to go, my legs were just pretty smoked, and I just rode it in for a podium, and I mean, after the week I've had and the start to the morning, I'm okay with that.
Joey, in the later stages of the main event, it was obvious you were kind of making a run through the whoops. You'd found something there. Were you kind of strategizing and planning an opportunity to make a pass there in that section, or was there other spots on the track you thought you could have as well?
No, I felt like one of the few places that I was going to be able to make it happen. Especially after the mistake and putting ourselves in a position to have to make a pass. Felt good in them. I felt good all day. Felt good qualifying, had a good heat race, and put ourselves in a great position in the main event.
Jordon, congratulations. Kind of a carbon copy of a week ago, having Joey behind you in the later stages. Take us through the last 2 laps and how you were able to hold the composure and ride this thing out for another win.
Yeah, I think I had a pretty good lead, or felt like I had a little cushion there with 2 laps to go, and then on the last lap in the rhythm section, the 2.33, I came up really short there and kind of got a little sideways, and just tried to protect my lines there at the end in the last couple corners. There were some pretty tight turns, and I knew that he was getting a pretty good run through the whoops, so just tried to protect it and just ride it to the finish.
All right, let's open it up. Name and affiliation.
Jason Wygant, Racer X. Joey, just take us through the early stages of the race. You had the lead, and then you ended up off the track. What happened there?
Yeah, like I said, put ourselves in a really good position to win, and started to pull away. Had a little bit of a cushion. Thing was right around 3 seconds, and just came around to that dragon back, and rear end kind of stepped out, kind of got squirrely. Helmet hit off the handlebars, and then went off the track, and then actually ran into somebody, I don't know who, but ran into somebody, and then actually got into it with someone underneath the tunnel, a lap rider, I'm not really sure who, and ran into him and actually knocked my front brake pretty far down to the point where it was almost not usable. So took me a little while to get accustomed to that, but after that, felt like we made a good charge. It's just it's frustrating. Like I said, we're always in a good position, and it seems like we've been giving these things away. So we just got to eliminate that, and I think we'll be good.
Michael Antonovich with Transworld Motocross. This is for all 3 of you. You are all now on a championship hunt. Joey, you've been there since the start. Jordon, you've kind of come into this the last 2 weeks, and Zach, you have a pretty good deficit to make up. Do you guys come into these next few races any differently? I mean, there's a break going into the next one at New Jersey, and then a unique race in Las Vegas. Do you have to make things happen, or is it just keep going how you've been going?
I think we keep going how we've been going. Like I said, I think if we eliminate these mistakes that we keep having week after week, I'd be happy. I'm tired of sitting here talking about it. So I think if we can do that, I feel good, and feel like things have been clicking the last couple of weeks. Bike changes we've made have been good, and I feel good. So we can run the distance, and we have the speed. So nothing changes. Still the plan is still the same. Go out there, try to put ourselves in a good position, and try to win main events. Haven't been doing that enough this year, and I feel like we have the perfect opportunity to. So just got to execute.
Yeah, I mean, for me, the last 2 weeks couldn't really went much better. I put myself into good positions and just try to ride a smooth race tonight. I knew that the track was going to be pretty broken down, and I've only been to New Jersey once to race, and I remember it got pretty broken down. So, I mean, really just the same thing. I just need to keep putting myself in good positions and keep fighting.
Yeah, for me, the landscape changed big time last week in the first corner, so I went from the attack to the attacker, so it's just, yeah, it's pretty clear cut what I have to do, and I just have to make it happen.
Jordon, or Steve Giberson with Vital MX. Jordon, did the win last week change up your attitude at all, or confidence?
A little bit, it gave me a little bit of confidence. Obviously, getting your first win will, but I kind of knew that I could do that all year, and just felt like a few things needed to go right, and they went right again for me tonight. I got a good start, made a couple quick passes, I think, in the first lap to the whoops, and yeah, like I said, I knew that the track was going to be really tough, and it was pretty soft here tonight, and a lot of tough rhythm sections, and the dragon section was pretty tough. So I knew that if I, just kept at least a little bit of pressure, there was a chance that Joey would make a mistake, and I would be able to capitalize on it, and that's what happened.
Jordon, did it make it a little easier down the stretch? Because you had some pressure on the last lap. Did it make it easier since you've now won a race to maybe be a little more relaxed in that situation?
Yeah, for sure. This week I was actually able to kind of think about, protecting the inside, whereas a week ago I was just thinking about winning and not so much about protecting the inside. So I was definitely able to, kind of push to the end a little better and focus a little better this week.
You guys have a break now until New Jersey. What do you do in this time off to not overanalyze the situation that you're in? And this is for all three of you.
I think that I'm heading to California to get in a little outdoor testing. We don't have much time in between the end of the Supercross and the beginning of outdoors, so I'll take my mind off of it a little bit and kind of, refresh the batteries, recharge the batteries, and be ready to come out swinging for New Jersey.
Yeah, I think outdoor testing a little bit. Try to switch it up. Not that we've been going at it that long, especially when you compare it to these 450 guys. But definitely got to get a little bit outdoor testing in. We have those, I think, 3 weeks or so off. So change it up a little bit, but obviously, one task at a time. And the goal is, New Jersey, and then obviously the goal after that will be Vegas. But obviously it's important to get outdoor testing in to get a setting going into the first round. But in the same breath, you don't want to venture too far, and you got to remember what the important goal is.
The last few years I've done the whole outdoor testing thing, and this year I'm going to try to approach it a little bit more with the same setting that I ended with last year, and just kind of stick to the program at the farm or at the ranch in Florida, and just keep going.
Question for Zach Osborne. You skipped the second practice session. You said you were sick all week. Was that a plan to skip it, or did you skip it because of the crash, or did you just miss it?
Did I just miss it?
Like, you just forgot about it.
I just forgot it was time, or what?
Yeah.
No, that's not the case. No, I crashed hard. Like it shouldn't have been a big crash, and it was so quick I couldn't do anything about it or get away from it. It just spit me like kind of off the bike, and I hit my chest and my face and everything else, and we just kind of collectively decided, hey, we'll just take a little, it's only like 45 or 50 minutes between practices, so we just sort of decided, hey, we'll take this one off, and then obviously they kind of re-groomed some stuff for the last practice, so I just watched the film and chilled and rode the third practice.
Kristen Slack with the Motocross Performance Magazine. For Zach, when you have a week like you did, having such an illness, where do you find that strength and that motivation to go out and come away with a third place?
Weeks like this is when you lean on your winter and your December and November hours and base a lot, because there's not a lot going on, and it's more just laying low to get well. So it's a time when you have to look back at those hours that you've put in and know that you have that base and training from the winter to sustain you during those few days off.
Thanks, guys.